to unite and liberate Kenya from the shackles of socio-economic injustice from a predatory ruling elite, who with impunity have diverted our republic from serving the people to serving themselves. It is no coincidence that we meet at Ufungamano House, a sacred ground where the forces of unity triumph over tyranny. In the run-up to return to multi-party democracy, this was the home of the forces that came together to make that happen. In the search for the 2010 Constitution, Ufungamano was the home of the progressive forces who were battling the KANU regime that wanted to capsize the constitutional review. It's therefore of great significance that we gather here today to make a commitment to liberate Kenya from socio-economic injustice. We are threatened by a regime that wishes to erase the gains we have achieved through our collective labor as Kenyans. We have witnessed electoral and socio-economic injustice exemplified by unfair and manifestly excessive taxation, earning RUTO the name of Zakayo. Even children now know that there is Zakayo who raids people's pockets and denies our children sufficient food to feed on. We are also burdened by official corruption, pilferage and outright theft of our public resources, while neglecting the constitutional obligation of ensuring that the basic needs of our people are met. Article 43 of the Constitution is clear that the state shall ensure that all Kenyans are able to get basic needs. Those basic needs, we are now witnessing a reversal of the gains we had made. Our health system is on the brink of collapse due to inadequate funding, the chaotic dismantling of a working system, the NHIF, and forcing upon Kenyans the SHAF, which we are not even able to understand what it means. And this is not only enhancing the taxation, because the SHA regime is raiding people's pockets. Under NHIF, the contribution was a flat 500 Kenya shillings per person. SHA seek to take from those who have pay slips 2.75 of their earnings, basically 3%. And these are pay slips that already have been raided by overtaxation. This is eroding access to quality health care. We have witnessed suffering, death, and impoverishment of families seeking to get their loved one to access health. Those who are unable suffer the consequences, which include death. Education sector is in chaos too. The transition to competency-based curriculum, CBC, has been so mismanaged, as well as the new university funding model. This is jeopardizing the education of our children and their future. Children from vulnerable families are at the greatest risk. Some may not complete university, while others may not get basic education. Every day we are greeted by the news of strikes, whether teachers or in the health sector. We know that Moi University Eldoret is on its knees. We do not know of a single learning institution, and especially the universities, that is not currently undergoing crisis caused by the chaotic manner in which the RUTO regime is managing the education sector. There are many other acts that the RUTO regime continues to commit which violates our constitution. The emasculation of independent institutions only worsens the situation. Parliament and the judiciary are under attack. Parliament has actually morphed from a watchdog to a lapdog. Kenyans are on their own. It has taken more than 2 years to get the nation an electoral commission, the IEBC, after RUTO, through vendetta, dismantled the electoral commission and ensured that the 4 commissioners who had disagreed with the verdict of his win were hounded out of office. You would imagine that in over 2 years they would have put together another IEBC. It's only early this year that a bill was passed to pave way for the setting up of this necessary institution. But the body has not been set up yet. Cases are in court, and we are asking the judiciary, what is the problem? It is okay for people to file cases, but Kenyans would want to see those cases disposed of in a speedy manner, so that even if one is going through the entire appeal system, let the cases be prioritized. They are of utmost necessity. There are constituencies that have done 2 years without representatives, both at the National Assembly and at the county assembly level. This is deplorable at a time we are quickly heading to another electoral cycle. We are therefore appealing to all those who work for the people of Kenya, whether in Parliament, whether in the judiciary or any other office, kindly move with speed, knowing that the lives of Kenyans depend on the decisions you make and the speed with which you make them, because justice delayed is justice denied. We salute those in the judiciary, especially the Court of Appeal, the High Court, and within the ranks of magistrates, those who have made decisions that have helped Kenyans to retain a modicum of integrity of their systems. We in particular salute the courts that have helped Kenyans to remain with our main gateway, the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. If it was not for the sparks of light in the judiciary, this national asset would have been gifted to the shadowy Adani group. I call them shadowy because apart from America that has indicted them, they have integrity issues in many other jurisdictions. We have seen members of the RUTO administration, including RUTO himself, speaking for Adani, people who are on taxpayers' money, to advocate for Kenyans, advocating for a foreign entity. They now have egg on their face. We know they were advocating for corruption, for opaqueness. And we again salute our courts, and we say together we shall defeat the machinations of those who want to dismantle our republic and to rob of Kenyans of their national treasures. Nation building is not for the faint-hearted. Our institutions are as good as the people who run them. The rot in the executive permeates all levels, and therefore, to save ourselves and to save our homeland, we must redouble our efforts to rid ourselves of this inept, corrupt, and heartless RUTO regime. In order to restore our constitution order, RUTO must go. In order to build a functioning state that serves the interests of people rather than a handful of political elites and their cronies, RUTO must go. In order to restore access to quality health care for all, RUTO must go. to restore and enhance quality education for our children.
RUTO must go!
In order to strengthen our agriculture and agribusiness, and in order to feed ourselves.
RUTO must go!
In order to build a cohesive nation where every child, our youth, every woman and man have an opportunity to realize their full potential.
RUTO must go!
In order to release the full potential of our human and other resources, and to build a prosperous nation for all.
RUTO must go!
In order to have transparency, accountability in Kenya.
RUTO must go!
Indeed, because we know the DNA of the RUTO administration is lies, more lies, corruption, and extrajudicial executions.
Yes.
Kenya is ready and committed to mobilize, to unite Kenyans and work with all people of goodwill to liberate this country and to rid of the country one Zakayo